All right, welcome to part two, where I'm going to demo some of these products. I think I have all my tabs loaded. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I wanted to go back and show you was version history and draft back. So I'm in a Google Doc. These are actually some of the notes that I was working on and collaborating together to make this presentation. So to view the version history, I'm just going to go to File, Version History, and see Version History. So all of the edits are made by me on this particular product. But you can go all the way back to where I started this document, and I can see the different amounts of text that were put into this presentation. So this one is not quite as foolproof as proving someone copy and pasted a lot of stuff, but it is really good about seeing how long it took them to create something. So for example, on this April day, if I had looked at 831 and just had one or two sentences, and at 905 had 6 pages, you know, that's kind of a stretch. Like, did I really write 6 pages of stuff in 30 minutes? Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I copied it. So those are just some things to be cognitive about. Now, draftback is what we call a Google extension. So in our Chrome Web Store, we have a recommended Chrome Web Store for the Chilton County Board of Education, and teachers have the ability to download these extensions. So draftback is an extension. You will have to install it and possibly sign in. I know you have to give permission for it to access your Google Docs. So once you install it, you have this little box up here in the top corner. It's called draftback. So let's go ahead and play this. So you can see that it is very, very fast looking, where it is showing basically my writing process. Like, you can see me typing words and retyping where I was misspelling them, or, oh, I didn't want that there. Oh, I wanted to type this here. So in a minute, I want to draw something to your attention, and I'm going to try to pause it when this happens. Okay, so not there. All right, so if you'll look over here on the left, I only had about this much text, and then I had all of this. So what has happened is, if I, go back and look at this entire document, is I had an email that had some tips for rolling out AI to schools, and I copied and pasted the whole email. So I was writing my own thoughts, and then I copied and pasted a lot of text. And so you can kind of see it when all that happens at one time. That's going to basically show that you've had somebody do copy and paste for something. So that's draft back with our presentation. So now I am going to move on to CurePod. I'm not going to do Canva today because a lot of people, either Canva overwhelms them or they already know how to use it. So I do want to look at CurePod because it is so cool. So if you log in, you can make a free account with Google. You can use your Chilton BOE address. That's totally fine. So they do have an upgraded version, but I have only used the free, and I have been super pleased so far. So they have, the thing that I love about this is that if I walk into this not 100% knowing what I want, they give me tons of suggestions. So I can look at lessons. I can say, you know what, I just want a cute little brain break. I just want us to have something to do to kind of, get our wiggles out, just have something strange. So they give tons of these things. So if we do this, picture this with vocabulary words. I have not done this. So you type in vocabulary words: coffee, thermos. Sure, we'll do hypothesis. That has said those things are not related. And then you say do magic. So it's going to generate this game for you. And I'm going to try to show you in a minute when this comes up. This also works a lot better whenever I have an audience in person, because y'all can try it too. But basically, once this comes up and you generate it, it gives a join code. So your students would go to this link, they would join with the code, and very much like Kahoot and things like that, the teacher guides it on their screen. They have ability to start a timer, stop a timer, while the students do individual work on their Chromebooks. So, that's kind of a neat way to make sure everyone is involved as well. One other really cool thing about this too is that if you go to create a lesson, you can search for various standards. You can search for lessons that have already been made. Like this one is systems of equations. That sounds terrible to teach, but if that is you and that is your thing, there you go. You can also upload your own if you want to. So you can import slides that are your own and then use the tools within CurePod to jazz up your presentation. So I think that's super cool because it could kind of make things, mix up things from year to year for you. All right, next up we have is Scribe. So I'm just showing you something really quickly. It is, again, an extension that is in the Chrome Web Store. You install it, you sign in. We have a team for Chilton County School District. Now, it is a paid account. I do have a paid account for me because I use this so much, but you can do 5 free scribes and just, pro tip, if you get to 5, delete some and then you can make 5 more. But what is great about this is this was how to generate an attendance report. I make tons of these all the time in Power School, especially. All I had to do was go through and do my steps, click my steps on the screen, and it built all of these directions for me. Okay. So it inserted the picture, and then if I, go to edit this, I can edit the text. I can delete it if I, did 2 clicks on accident and it made a duplicate, things like that. So if you are leaving directions on maybe how to do something for your sub, or if you are wanting the students to get into a website and search for something and you're really particular about the way they do it, this is a great step-by-step. I have made these for dozens of administrators and they love them so far. So let's do School AI next. So let me sign in. So School AI, it is one of those, it is very, very similar to Magic School AI, but if you go to tools, this is where you have lots of things to choose from that it can do for you. I did generate a joke about the solar eclipse. It was pretty cute, but you can generate a worksheet. So basically all you do is that you can pick the grade level, and we'll go with the prompts that they have. Planets in our solar system. You generate it, and so it's going to do the work for you. Essentially, you could plug in your standards or your objectives and it can help create something. This would also be a great thing to use if you have got content from a textbook or curriculum or things like that, but it is just not quite what you wanted. If you just wanted something a little bit more, or you wish you could change something, you could take some of those things and plug in here and make it your own. So I do think there may be a limit to how many of these documents that you can make. But again, with this share and export option, you can share them and export them and save them on, your Google Drive, and then you could delete those and clear up some more space. One great thing I would like to point out about this is it does go ahead and vary your question delivery methods: multiple choice, fill in the blank, true, false, and some short answer. So, hey, let's just throw it all in there and give us, a drawing activity. And you can pick and choose this. If I don't want this question, then I can delete it. So editing is super simple to do this with. So with Magic School AI, or I'm sorry, this is just School AI. There are lots of things where you can plug in just a little bit of information and get a product and save yourself a lot of time. Okay. Question Well is the one. Okay. Sign in with Google. I had not signed in and that screen looked a little weird. Okay, so this does have an upgraded version. And if I go back to this, one of the things that's in the upgraded version is that you can then take your assessment that you built or your questions and you can export them to all of these programs. So if you are an avid Kahoot or quiz user or Blooket or Quizlet, you could also take these questions and import into there. That does require an upgraded account. But if that is going to save your mental health, do it by all means. So 10 multiple choice questions based on whatever you have. You can also copy and paste text right here. You can take a YouTube video and plug in and get questions based off there. You can go to a website. It does look like the file and the doc are now part of the upgraded feature. But if this was going to be your jam, you can upload PDF, docs, PowerPoint, JPEG, or PNG, and it's going to generate questions for you. So again, if that is worth your sanity, by all means, this would be a great tool for you. And then I have done AI tools. So the last thing I did want to show you is the Padlet of resources that are made. Again, I try to, if I see something or I get an email, it's got something really cool or I like it, I'll throw it in here. It has resources for ChatGPT, make your life easier, super prompts for libraries. I want to stay in there. Okay. I do have Magic School AI on here, and I do have up here that it does still have some free features, but some are paid. CurePod, Question Well, School AI, Fun with AI, and then some other resources. So this Padlet will stay open, and feel free to take advantage of those as well. And I hope you found a tool that you can use today.